There has been a lot of heat surrounding the Minnesota Vikings starting quarterback JJ McCarthy, and rightfully so. He hasn't been what we would all have or what we all have hoped for, right? Coming out of Michigan, a national champion, we thought he was going to be the next, the future of the franchise. And a lot of us have started to, I'm not going to put myself in that category, but a lot of people have written JJ McCarthy off saying, this is it. He's a bust. Get rid of him. Trade for somebody else. And we just heard a new trade idea. And I didn't like it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's dumb to even bring up a trade at the quarterback position just because of what we invested in. I'll get into in just a little bit. But I think this all stems from a conversation with Kirk Herbstreit and Richard Sherman talking, I think, before Thursday Night Football, whatever, stirring up some conversation. And it got out on the Pat McAfee show, and the rest of the world kind of ran with it. And a lot of people liked it because it is intriguing. There's a thought of, this person potentially, and you probably know who I'm talking about because you see it right below me. Um, but there's a lot of intrigue thinking that this guy could come in and have a same career trajectory that Sam Darnold and others have had in this system. So let's get right into this new trade idea. The Vikings potentially trading for Mac Jones. I don't know. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comment section down below. It's also in the description. You hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. If you don't want this Viking helmet, that's okay. They have the original, they have the throwback, but they also have all other 31 NFL teams. They have college football team helmets and fully customizable ones. So if that's something that intrigues you, hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. So let's get right into this little article that I found, okay, on the trade idea. It says JJ McCarthy will prove to the Minnesota Vikings brass in the next 2 months if he's the sole quarterback plan for the future or if the club must sign an alternative during the 2026 offseason for competition. And according to Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio, Mac Jones should be on Minnesota's radar. Now, you take whatever you want from this, or you take it however way you want. I don't like Mike Florio's takes. I think a lot of them are ridiculous. I think he's a lot of he likes to put things out there to bring attention to himself. That's kind of what it feels like. Like these stories are just outrageous, and sometimes there's some truth to his stuff, but for the most part, I don't believe any of it, and I think it's ridiculous. So that's probably why I brought this up. But let's get right into this next part. It says Mac Jones has filled in admirably this season for the San Francisco 49ers quarterback one, Brock Purdy, so much so that Jones will be sought after when the offseason arrives, which obviously makes sense. Mac Jones in that system plays phenomenal, but we've also seen him outside of the San Francisco 49ers organization, and it hasn't been good. So is it that Mac Jones is good, or is it the system that allows Mac Jones to be good? And I'm starting to think it's the system, which Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell, sort of similar in some ways. So maybe he does have success here. But there may be a lot of these trade ideas depending on McCarthy's final 7 games. So kind of buckle up, if you will. Florio wrote this week that there's already chatter in some circles that in 2026 offseason, the Vikings will explore trading for 49ers quarterback Mac Jones. For the Vikings, it could make sense to bring in a veteran who would compete with JJ McCarthy. The top 10 pick in 2024 hasn't done enough to have the presumed starter role next season. A true competition could force the issue, getting McCarthy to make the improvements that the Vikings want to see, or else. Florio, has a large enough stage for this thing to turn out or into an honest to goodness rumor. Now, Jones will enter the chat for Minnesota if McCarthy does not improve the season's final 7 games. In a bizarre twist, McCarthy has performed well in clutch moments, and then that's it. It's one of the strangest things in the NFL right now. A 22-year-old passer whose green light only turns on when the game is on the line, which is kind of good, but why is it that the only moment, right? Now, before the fourth quarter, McCarthy has struggled with passing accuracy and basic quarterback functionality. If he does not have a realization of consistency, the Vikings will need a quarterback in 2026 to compete for the main starter's job. Listen, It's ridiculous because we used the 10th overall pick in last year's draft on JJ McCarthy. We could trade that 10th overall pick away for a lot of assets, or at least a top tier player or multiple draft picks. We used that draft pick because we saw JJ McCarthy as the future. We saw him as the next man up. That's what this organization invested in. That's what this organization is currently investing in this season. Watching JJ McCarthy grow, develop, learn how to play the quarterback position differently. I mean, we just seen his press conference the other day where he was talking, "Hey, I'm learning the quarterback position entirely different than what I'm used to. Like things are just different right now." And he's only had 5 games to really do so. Last year, yes, was his first year, but guess what? He got hurt right away against the Raiders. We never got to see him. He had no chance to really get the reps. So we knew going into the season, rightfully so, there was going to be growing pains. And some people are fed up with it. But guess what? 5 games and you're already going to jump ship. You're going to give up on this guy after 5 games. We've seen moments where he's deadly accurate, perfect. But then there's those moments where you're like, are you kidding me? Like, how do you miss this? Like, these things will get cleaned up if JJ McCarthy puts the work in. And I believe he's going to do that just because of who he is as a person, who he is as an athlete, and what he does or how he thinks of the game of football. He loves the game of football. I think this gets fixed. Do I think Minnesota goes and makes a quarterback move in the offseason? Yes. Do I think it's trading for someone? Nope. I think it's signing a free agent who is going to strictly be a backup, but give us a chance. It's going to be a vet who's going to be a backup that if JJ McCarthy just isn't figuring it out next season, we'll have to step in and take over, and it probably won't be pretty. But then after that, that's when Minnesota goes in. I wouldn't expect a quarterback change for a while, for at least 2 to 3 years. JJ McCarthy will have the rest of this season and all or half at least of next season to show us who he is. Then you can jump ship. I don't think a trade's going to happen, especially for Mac Jones, especially because I believe he's going to be a starter next year, just based off of what I've seen this year and based off what other organizations have seen too. It's going to happen. And if not, he's going to at least get paid a lot of money somewhere else, not Minnesota. You guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.